Hello, happy Wednesday. Here we are doing it again. We are going to jump back into Imperial Assault. We left off last time in the middle of a mission, so it's time to complete that mission. And I don't think that we need to waste any time. We can just get right into it. So let's have a look. Let me just say hi on chat to get rid of that silly restream message. Hi, chat, even though there's nobody here right now. Okay. So where we left last time is our heroes were on Ord Mantell, and we are trying to rescue some prisoners from the clutches of, I believe, bounty hunters working for the Empire, of course. So in this room here, we have these tokens, which are our prisoners who are currently bound and gagged, and this Trandoshan who had a friend that we just dealt with at the end of last stream, and this Nexu are the guards in the room that we have to deal with before we can rescue the prisoners, or at least while we're rescuing the prisoners. And then, of course, we also have, let me just move the camera a little bit here, in the cantina around the corner, we have these Imperials that are trying to cramp our style. The good news is we have a friend with us. So we have Diala Pasel, our Jedi in exile. We have Vinto Harita, who is our Rodian sharpshooter, and we have, you know, just a little unknown character who's a Wookiee who happens to just like us, and he's hanging out with us. So Chewie's got our back. So how could we possibly fail? Just watch. We'll see how we can possibly fail. Last turn, Diala got rid of one of the Trandoshans and removed her bleed, so now we are on to the next round. So, let's see, who can go? Either Diala or Vinto can go. Now, Diala's got reach, so she can attack that Trandoshan right now, but we really need to deal with that that Nexu is a problem. And we also need to start moving into the room to help the prisoners. We have to go over and interact with those tokens to release the prisoners. Here's a little preview of what's going to happen. I have played this mission before, so I know what's coming. When we interact with those prisoners, we untie them and they start moving of their own accord. We don't get to choose. The app gets to choose. They start moving towards the entrance, and we have to, it's an escort mission. Basically, we have to be with them. Otherwise, they are vulnerable to attack, which is bad because they've got one or two hit points. I can't remember. We'll find out as soon as we release them. But nevertheless, we have to keep an eye on our prisoners because the number of prisoners that make it out will affect our end score, obviously. So we want to keep them as healthy and in the game as possible. So, that Nexu is a problem. That's an elite Nexu who does major damage and also has a lot of health. He has 8 health. He's currently got 3 damage on him. Vinto is standing next to him, so Vinto is going to be the next target. So maybe Vinto should go first and try and... It's tough, right? Because we want to deal with the Nexu. We also want to get to the prisoners. Vinto's standing in front of the Nexu. Vinto cannot kill the Nexu. There's no question. Even if our rolls are perfect, he's not going to get enough damage on that thing. Well, and again, he only needs 5 damage. And I have something. Now that I'm thinking about it, no, you know what we should do? We should move Diala up so Chewie can get in the room and get next, or get at least a line of sight on the Nexu, because Chewie's our heavy hitter. Chewie's got a bowcaster. He does some major damage with it, so we should get him into a place where he can at least attack, because right now he's blocked by Diala. He can't get in there. He doesn't have a line of sight on anybody. He is watching our back, and of course we've got these guys coming up from the rear, so we're going to have to deal with them at some point, but let's worry about the prisoners. That's our top priority. So what's going to happen, I think, is Diala needs to move in. Maybe Diala will move in and then deal with the Nexu. That will take both of her actions. She'll only get 1 attack on the Nexu. But nevertheless, we got to get her out of the way. I mean, Chewie can move through ally figures. He just can't stop on a square with ally figures. But we need him to have line of sight. So let's just get her in here. So her first action is going to be to move 1, 2. So she's used 2 of her movement points. She gets 4. So we can do another action and then finish out our movement action by spending the last 2. So we can get her further in the room even after she attacks. So, hello, Jimmy. Jimmy is, of course, jumping on the table as he does almost every stream now. Thanks, Jimmy. Who should she attack? Well, that Trandoshan's got 6 health and he's got no damage on him. He's not a terribly heavy hitter, and they do regenerate. So maybe getting a little bit of damage on him right now is kind of pointless because he's going to regenerate it anyway. So maybe putting it on the Nexu is a good idea. So she'll attack the Nexu. So she's got a yellow and green attack dice. Also, since it's her turn, we get to refresh. We used that shock emitter last time. We will refresh that. And the Nexu has, I believe, a white. Yes, a white defense die. So here we go. First attack of the game. It's exciting. Come on, Diallo. Hit hard. Hit hard. Ooh, not bad. Okay. So we got 4 damage. No surges, unfortunately. Nexu did block 1. And since we have no surges, we really can't do much. What happens if we... Yes, we can exhaust our shock emitter, and that will add another damage. So that's 4 total if we use the shock emitter, which we certainly will. That's real good, because that puts the Nexu down to 1? Hang on. Yeah, that puts the Nexu down to 1. Nice. Okay. Good hit, Diala. So now she's still got 2 movement points. So she can continue moving into the room. And since this is difficult terrain here, this water, as you can see, it's bordered by the blue lines. So that means she can only move 1 more space towards the prisoners. But let's do that at least. So still adjacent to the Nexu. So the Nexu's turn is going to be real interesting. But that's Diala's whole activation. That's her whole deal done. So let's say she's done. Who's next? Jet Troopers. Okay, so that's this guy way back here. You can see him. There he is. So let's have a look at the app and see what that says. Bonus, Jet. At the start of this group's activation, place each of his figures in a space as close as possible to the healthy hero with the lowest endurance. That would be Vinto. And then they attack. That's it. So here's his special action. He's going to engage his jets and fly all the way over here to be adjacent to Vinto. So that's not great. Now we're flanked. And he is going to just straight up attack as 1 action, and then his second action will be to move and reposition. So, what's his attack? His attack dice are a blue and a green. And Vinto's defense is a white. And he has no fancy defense things. One thing I didn't realize last game, I'm not sure it would have come into play, but anyone who's adjacent to Chewie gets a +1 block. Because Chewie's got a special ability. I always forget special abilities. Always. Every game. Go back and watch the archives. Every game I'm forgetting special abilities. Anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, well, it could be worse, I guess. So that's 2 damage, 1 surge. He blocks 1 damage. So still 1 damage, 1 surge. And how do these guys spend their surges? Accuracy, which he doesn't need, and then damage. So that's 2 damage on Vinto. 3, 2, 1. So Vinto's down to 11 hit points. And then he will move 3 to reposition 4. So, that means he's going to go back this way. Sorry, let's switch the cameras. He is actually going to go back this way. This is the farthest away he can get by moving 1, 2, 3 spaces. The camera got that? I think so, yeah. That's as far away from all the rebels that he can move by moving 3 spaces. So that's it. That's his whole activation. So who's next? Vinto. Vinto is the only one of our little band left that has an activation. So since that Nexu's only got 1 hit point, the choice is obvious. We are going to blow the living snot out of that Nexu with our blue and yellow attack dice. Nexu has a white defense die. And we are not forgetting the hair trigger pistol's special ability, which is when attacking with this weapon, you may re-roll all of your attack dice. So if we don't like this roll, we can re-roll again. And also, Vinto's special ability, which is Bolt Slinger. If he puts damage on on his target, then he gets to pick another target in line of sight and just add a damage to them. Which is good, because that Trandoshan is in line of sight. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. So he got good damage, but the Nexu dodged. So not only did the Nexu not take his single damage, our special action Bolt Slinger doesn't take effect because we didn't put any damage on the Nexu, so we can't do our 1 damage on the Trandoshan either. That was his first action. He gets another action. I think we're going to attack again because, jeez. Me and dice, you know, why I decided board games. This is when we get to play Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven only has cards, not dice, so maybe that'll be different, because that's exactly how the universe works in that superstitious way, right? Yes. Oh my, oh, come on. Really? Really? Jeez. Excuse me, I need some caffeine to get through this. Wow. So the Nexu dodged both times. That's the way it goes. That's the rolling of the dice. So Vinto's activation's done, being completely ineffective at everything. Man, okay, here we go. New round. So now we all have new activations. So I think the first thing that's going to happen is Chewie is going to move up. And if we can put Chewie here, that means he is adjacent. Make sure the right camera is on. He's adjacent to both Yala and Vinto, so if they get attacked, they both get a bonus. Only once per attack, but nevertheless, that will still count. So let's get Chewie moved up. Chewie's speed is 4, so this will be 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's his first action. Now he can attack. he should attack and kill the Nexu. So after Vinto has missed twice, Chewie just walks up and goes blam. That's so poetic, it has to happen. Okay, so Chewie's got a red, a blue, and a yellow. And you know, even funnier would be if the Nexu dodges this one, because then it'd be like Chewie thinks he's all smug, and then the Nexu just goes, Okay. Either way, no matter what happens, it's going to be funny. Okay, there we go. There's the results we're looking for. So finally, 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, 1 surge, 1 damage is mitigated, but nevertheless, that's still 3 damage. He only needs 1 to be put down. Does Chewie have anything special that he can use? No. I was hoping maybe Chewie has some kind of flanking ability or something, but he doesn't. So he just he just one-shots the Nexu. Okay, Nexu's gone, which is good news for us. We will tell the app that the Nexu has been defeated. Regain 6 fame. And that's Chewie's activation. Now the Trandoshan hunters, or hunter in this case, is going to go. So, bonus. When the first figure in this group declares an attack, add 1 blue die to the attack pool. This is going to be a heavy hit. Move forward to attack closest rebel. So, I mean, the closest rebel's Chewie. he's gonna piss off Chewie. That's not a long-term survival strategy there, Trandoshan, but if you had a long-term survival strategy, you wouldn't be a bounty hunter now, would you? So, the Trandoshan's going to attack Chewie, and he's going to do it with a blue and a green, and Chewie's defense dice, I said that correctly, are a black and a white, so Chewie's got good defense. I think Chewie may carry us through this mission, as is appropriate. And let's see what happens. So, oops, the Trandoshan gets a pretty decent hit. He gets 4 damage on Chewie, and Chewie mitigates 3. No surges, so that's that. But Chewie still takes a damage. Chewie has 14 health, so, you know, it's not that bad. That's 1 damage on Chewie. And now the Trandoshan is going to move 1 to reposition 2. 2. So that just means he really can't. He can't go back in the water unless the Trandoshans have mobile. They do not. Just reading the card for the Trandoshan. So it looks like Chewie took 2 damage because Scattergun. When attacking, if you are adjacent to a target, apply +1 damage to the attack results. So Chewie took 2 damage. I think that means some of our damage from last game is a bit incorrect as well, but we'll just roll with it. It's sometimes hard to remember that the stuff on the card still applies, even though you're using the app, but not all of the stuff on the card applies. There's weird rules about, like, if there's anything on the card that's about choosing or may, then you just disregard that. So I'm too used to just following what the app says. Oh, we didn't add a blue attack dice to his pool either. Okay, well, we'll roll 1 blue. So that's another damage and a surge. Boy, he did better than we thought he did. How do they spend their surges? Pierce 2, which he doesn't need. Oh, I guess actually he does. Okay, so thankfully it's just 1 surge. Did Chewie cancel the surge? Chewie canceled the surge. Chewie rolled, yes, I have it right here. Chewie rolled a dodge, so he actually doesn't get that surge, so he just gets 1 more damage. So he put 3 damage on Chewie, which is not great. That's a pretty good hit. So the Trandoshan did better than it looked. But now he's going to move 1 to reposition 2, and the only claim he can move there, but it's still adjacent. But that's all he can do. That's the only thing. So we will finish. And now Vinto and Diella have activations. Let's start going to the prisoners. So Diella has speed 4. Unfortunately, we're in that difficult to move terrain, so she's going to have to go. Okay, actually, this is good. 1, 2, 3. And now we're adjacent to 2 of our prisoners. So let's say the red one. Actually, we'll go to the app for this. We will interact with the red one. This crew member is bleeding profusely from his side. He is going to need medical attention quickly. A rebel can interact with this token to rescue this crew member. Let's do that. You free the man from his bonds, but he's too injured to move. If you use some of your medical supplies on him, he may be well enough to get to the ship. Of course we're gonna use a med pack. We've got 3, which is not great, but yes, of course we will. With some bandages and a shot of Bacta, the man is able to get to his feet, flip this Imperial mission token to its rebel side. So that means that this prisoner is now in movement. He limps off towards the shuttle. Move this rebel mission token as indicated. So he's now over here. Imperial figures will now be able to attack this and other crew members you rescue. The Imperial activation window will tell you when an attack targets a crew member. You can protect these crew members by staying within one space of them. So that's within one space. That's not adjacent, that's within one space. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. They will move with a speed of 4 at the end of each round. You can select a Rebel mission token in the app to see the special rules that apply for rescued crew members. So, for example, we will do that. So they have 4 health, 1 defense, white die. That's pretty good, actually. So we will not defeat that rescued crew member. So he is within 1 of Chewie, so he actually can't be attacked. But that's the thing. We're trying to rescue them. We're trying to stay close to them. So we gotta try and have somebody within 1 space of them, and then they're safe. They can't be attacked. So that was Diala's 2 actions. She moved and interacted. She still has a single movement point left. So let's use that to go here, which places her adjacent to 2 tokens. You see that she's now, because she was here, and so we spent our 1 single movement point to go there, and now she's adjacent to 2 figures, so she can interact with those on her next turn. And that is Diala's turn. Now what? The E-Web engineers. Okay, let's have a look here. At the start of its activation, if this figure does not have line of sight on a rebel, move 1 towards the closest rebel. Okay, we'll do that. So, I mean, the closest rebel is, I guess, Vinto. If we're going by the sort of shape of the hallway, it's Vinto. So he's going to move 1, which means that, again, with larger figures, you pretend that they shrink down to a normal figure size, start from either square, and move 1, and then increase in size again, so that would put him there. So that's his bonus action. Activation. Imperial figures do not block the figure's line of sight. Attack the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel is within 1 space of this token, it can be the target of attack. The rebel becomes target of the attack. That's not going to happen. He doesn't have line of sight on anybody. If he moves 2, will he have line of sight? Let's see. If he moves 2, it would be 1, 2, and increase there. And then he will get line of sight on Vinto. So that's what he's going to do. Yeah. The only figure he has line of sight on is Vinto or Chewie, but Vinto is actually closer, technically. So he's just going to straight up attack Vinto. And what is... Oh, boy! Red, yellow, blue attack dice. Vinto, this would be a real good time to roll a dodge. Vinto also is adjacent to Chewie, so he does get a bonus dodge, or a bonus block. Okay. Oh, this is ugly. Ugly. He gets the range. So Vinto gets 2 block total because of his bonus. So that's 3 damage, and a surge. How does he spend his surge? 1 damage. 4 damage total. Ooh. So that leaves Vinto at 7 hit points. We're going to be using the med pack at least. So there is... Oh, but the good news there is if this figure performed the previous instruction, which is move 2 to attack the closest hero, it suffers 2 damage because its gun is big and dumb. And he has to, like, lug it around and it hurt. It backfired or something. I don't know what the logic is there. But he does... The E-Web engineer suffers 2 damage. So it's not all bad. We'll do that. And he only has 5 health, so that's actually a decent amount of damage to get on him. And that's it. He ends his round, because if this figure didn't attack, move 4, but he did attack, so he's done. So, This is getting real interesting. That's the end of his activation. Next, Vinto. Vinto is really, really hurt. I think it's time to consider using a med pack. We only have 2. Yes, we only have 2. But 7 health is no good. Like, he could easily take that. Look what's around him. He could easily get that laid on him next round. So let's use a med pack. So that gives him 5. So that puts him back up to 11. And that's one of his actions. I may have that wrong. You may get using a med pack as a free action. I don't recall, but it doesn't seem like it should be. So we're just going to say that was one of his actions. So his next action, I mean, maybe we'll let Diala and Chewie take care of the prisoners, and he should take care of dealing with... Actually, you know what? He's going to shoot the E-Web engineer, because just like the E-Web engineer had line of sight on him, now he has line of sight on the E-Web engineer, and it's quite possible he could defeat it in this round. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to wheel around, he's going to blam from behind and turn around and do his sharpshooter thing. So there's Vinto's attack dice, which we can re-roll. The E-Web engineer has a single black defense die, which is good news for us. He is not mobile. Come on, Vinto, because if this lands a damage, at least one, he can also put a damage on the Trandoshan, or no, he does not have line of sight on the Jet Trooper, unfortunately. But, oh, come on, Vinto. After we're a sharpshooter, I mean, it's not... Oops. Here. No. Yes. So, he got the range. 1 damage, 1 surge, and a block. So we blocked the damage we did, but we do have a surge. Maybe we should re-roll those attack dice. What do you say, huh? Let's use that special ability. Okay, much better. So 4 range, which is good. 3 damage, 1 block, so that's 2 damage on the E-Web engineer. So that means the E-Web engineer is down to 1 hit point. That is good news for us. And this is Vinto's first action as well, so we'll probably be able to deal with the E-Web engineer this round as well, which is good news. That's 2 more. And because we landed damage, that means we can pick another character in line of sight. The only other character in line of sight is the Trandoshan Hunter, so we will put a damage on the Trandoshan Hunter, who has 6 health, so that's quite minor, all things considered, but nevertheless, some damage is better than no damage. So that was Vinto's first action. He can do another, so I think we'll try and get rid of that E-Web dude. Much better, Vinto. Much better. 4 damage, 2 blocks, so 2 damage total, no surges. But that means the E-Web engineer has been defeated, which is great news for us because he's a heavy hitter. So he's gone from the board. We will tell the app that he is no more. Which one is he? He is this one. 6 more fame for us. And because we landed damage, we get to put another damage on that Trandoshan. That is Vinto's turn. All in all, pretty successful. So we will end Vinto's activation. And now the Jet Trooper goes. So, bonus, Agile. At the start of this figure's activation, if it has suffered damage, which it has not, so never mind, it recovers 2 damage. Otherwise, figure gains Pierce 2. Brutal. Mercifully, Vinto is still standing next to Chewie, so he does get a bonus, but that bonus is going to be eaten up by the Jet Trooper's bonus. So, move forward to attack the closest Rebel mission token. He can't do that because the Rebel mission token is within 1 space of Chewie. So it's safe. Oh, wow. He's not going to attack any... If that rebel becomes target of the attack. No, he's only going to reposition. He's not going to actually attack any regular character this round. So they're like focusing on the prisoners. Mercifully, the prisoner is protected. So that's real good. So he's just going to do the bottom two actions, move 3 and 5 to reposition 4. So he gets a total of 8 movement points to try and get 4 spaces away from any rebel. He's actually just going to go, therefore, here, because that's as far away as he can get. Actually, here. And the problem with that is that's actually quite a good tactical position, excuse me, because he's behind this, which blocks line of sight. So Vinto can't shoot him if he stays there, or Chewie for that matter. So that was a good tactical choice on the part of the jet trooper. He flew up and landed behind some boxes or something. It looks actually that's a hauler droid. That's a binary load lifter. You can see the detail. So it's a droid carrying 2 things. That's a binary load lifter. Whose language I understand is very like that of evaporators for some reason. So that is the jet trooper's entire activation. So we will say, fine, you ain't going to shoot no one, you ain't going to shoot no one. We're happy with that. So now Diala and Vinto can both go. Let's have Diala get another prisoner going. So let's say the yellow one. So let's go to the app. One of the crew members lies unconscious on the ground. A rebel can interact with this crew member. So let's do that. You remove the bonds of the unconscious crew member and shake him awake. Flip this Imperial token, mission token to the rebel side. Here we go. Done. And they start to move. You help him get to his feet and tell him to get to the shuttle. He shakes off his disorientation and takes off running. Move this rebel mission token as indicated. Will do. Right next to Chewie is a good place for you. So that was Diala's first action. She is still adjacent to another figure, so let's be smart and interact with that. It's Captain Darpik. Captain Darpik sits with wrists and ankles bound, her back against the wall. Isn't Darpik's the Moncal? Rebel can interact with this token to rescue the crew member. Well, we will definitely be doing that. You free the captain from her bonds. I have to get in contact with Alliance HQ immediately, she says to you. They have to know. You ask her what she's talking about. I can't discuss it here, but I think we've been betrayed. We have to get back to the Freedom Fighter as soon as possible. Flip this Imperial mission token to the rebel side. Here we go. Captain Darpik. The Moncal is the green token. That should be fairly easy to remember. Let's think Kermit the Frog. And Captain Darpik is off and running. So we will move her to there. And that is Diala's entire activation. So who goes next? Oh, Vinto gets to go. Good. So we've got the jet trooper we can't shoot. And we've got the Trandoshan that we can shoot. So that choice is obvious, I think. Shoot the Trandoshan. Or we could try and reposition to get the jet trooper. But the jet trooper, they both actually do about the same amount of damage. The jet trooper is more irritating because he's mobile. But, you know, as a Rhodian sharpshooter, I think that he'd take one look at a Trandoshan bounty hunter and go, "Oh no, you are a priority." So let's do that. So we need 1-2 range, and we have a blue and a yellow attack dice. Trandoshan has a black defense die. Do they get anything funky for defense? No, they do not. Okay. Here we go. Oh! That is That is a crafty Trandoshan. Blocks 3. We only did 2. We can spend a surge to add another damage, but that won't do us any good. Wow. Nope. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So that he totally blocked all of our damage there, but that keeps happening to Vinto. What I think we're going to try and take advantage of is his shot on the run ability. Exhaust this card if you performed a move during this activation and choose a hostile figure within 3 spaces in line of sight. Test Insight. If you succeed, that figure suffers 1 damage. So what we're going to do, I think, is we've done an attack. We have 1 action left. If we move, and we move to here, then we do have line of sight on him and him. Then we can pick one of them to put a damage on, or to try and put a damage on. So I think maybe that's the best tactical play. So Vinto is going to then go 1, 2, and yes, he does have line of sight. I don't even need to measure it. So he's still going to try. He's going to test his insight. Vinto's insight is 2 greens and a blue. So all I have to do is roll 1 surge. That's it. And if I roll a surge, I get to put a damage on either the Trandoshan or the Jet Trooper, but I think we're going to go for the Trandoshan. Okay, well, we did get 1 surge. We only got 1 surge, but at least we got 1 surge. So that means I can put a damage on the Trandoshan. So at least we got some damage on the Trandoshan. The Trandoshan's at half now. That's okay. And he's also standing next to Chewie, which I should note, because of what we just did, Vinto is no longer standing next to Chewie, so he doesn't get his defense bonus. Sometimes you gotta move away from the Wookiee, at least downwind. Okay, so that's Vinto's entire activation. He has more movement points that he could spend. He's got 2, 3 more movement points, but there's really no point. That's or we could just get back next to Chewie. That's not a bad strategy, actually. He moved 2. He has 5 total, so he can move 3. So we can just move straight back to where he was. Donk, donk. Okay, there we go. That's a good play. Because that means he does have his bonus now. Okay, so the green token, that's Captain Darpik, has moved to the square just behind Chewie. So the rule is, FYI, at some point we're going to get in a position where the square that the app is telling us to move the token to is occupied. All we do is we place it as close as we can to that square. That's the rule. But now the yellow one's on the move, and the yellow one, where's the yellow one to go? Right in front of those crates. Okay, that space is available. Also, though, you know what? It's within 1 square of Vinto. It's still under protection. What else? Come on, the red one's going to go, right? Yep. Oh boy. The red one is now out of range of protection. So, there's that. We still have a crew member to rescue as well. It's like, guys, will you stop running? Come back. Uh-oh. Things are about to get interesting. You think you hear a whirring sound coming from somewhere nearby. You look around but cannot find its source. Just then, something lands on top of you, smashing you to the ground with a thud. You groggily look up to see the deadly assassin droid IG-88 standing over you, weapons at the ready. Roll 1 red die. The healthy hero who has suffered the least damage suffers damage equal to the damage results and becomes stunned. Then deploy IG-88 as close as possible to that hero. Okay, so we're looking for a couple of things. We are looking for the healthy hero who has suffered the least damage. That would be not Chewie, because Chewie doesn't count as a hero. Chewie's an ally, so it's got to be either Vinto or Frida. They're both healthy. And Vinto has suffered the least amount of damage. They both have an equal number of hit points. Currently, they both have 11, but Vinto has 21 total and Diala has 22 total, so it's technically Vinto who has suffered the least amount of damage. Oh, Vinto. IG-88 just fell out of the ceiling and landed on Vinto. And because of that, he suffers 2 damage. So he's now at 9 hit points. Ugh. And stunned. So let's get our stunned token. He is stunned. I can't forget that. It just means we lose an action. Let me just confirm with the status card. You cannot attack or voluntarily exit your space. You have to discard this condition as an action. So yeah, we have to lose an action to discard the stun status. That's all that is. And deploy IG-88. IG-88 is not in that bag. I forgot IG-88 was in this mission. I would have had the token ready if I'd remembered, but I will find it. Not to worry. I did mercifully organize a lot of this stuff just before I started this playthrough, so he shouldn't be far. There he is. I don't have the figure, but they helpfully provide tokens for characters that they want to use in the game that you may not own. So here's our little IG-88 token. And where do I deploy him? As close as possible to that hero. So he's going to stand in the water because screw you. I'm not gonna knock over Vinto. We know he's stunned. So there we go. IG-88 is now standing behind Vinto. And flanking him with Chewie. So, good. All right. That happened. All right. Let's see. Now what? Yeah. This is where things start to go messy. An ominous figure stands near the shuttle waiting to destroy you. So I believe what's going to happen now is it's going to randomly pick from the villains that I own to deploy one. The hilarious part of this is one of the villains I own, and that is a valid selection, is this guy right here. So we could have Jabba oozing out of the shadows. Let's see what it picks. Okay, did not pick Jabba. Captain Taro. So that's one figure I don't own, but it does come with a token, which I just had in my hand moments ago. And it'll be in this bag right here. This is an Imperial Trooper captain riding a dewback. So here is his token, and we're going to deploy him right in front of the shuttle, which, of course, the camera is standing on. We got to pull the camera back and see if we can get everything in shot. No, that's not too bad. That's everything. Everything so far. Hint, hint. All right, so Captain Taro is deployed. What else? A squad of Imperial troops enter the docking bay. If you don't move quickly, they will capture the freed crew members or worse. How many regular jet troopers are on the map? There is 1. Reinforce 1 regular jet trooper, and they entered through the cantina, so thankfully his reinforcement is going to enter through the same way, so that's actually pretty good. We're glad of that, because he's far enough away. Well, then again, they're jet troopers, so it really doesn't matter how far away they are. But nevertheless, I'd rather have a jet trooper than, like a squad of stormtroopers. Okay. And now what? Oh, good. An elite E-Web engineer. Elite E-Web engineer. Let's find the elite. Elite. UAB engineer. Keep saying elite, Kevin. Probe droid. Oh, I gotta get, what's his name? Captain Tenno's deployment card. There he is. Taro, sorry. Captain Taro. So let's have a look at his deployment card. He has a flamethrower, apparently, which we won't be using that as discard LAs because there's a choice there. He gains 3 movement points at the start of his activation for being mounted, though. He can spend a surge on 2 damage or pierce 2. 13 health, speed 5. Pretty heavy hitter, but I mean, he's not the worst ever, but he ain't good. This ain't good news. Nevertheless, here's his deployment card. Now I'm looking for an elite E-Web engineer, and here they are. The elite E-Web engineer, 7 health, 3 speed, heavy hitters. But they've got the big gun to haul around, so they've got some issues there. So where does it want me to deploy them? Right there. Okay. This is the point of the game at which the table starts filling up with deployment cards. We will say that this guy is the elite. I don't know if I have one with the sticker on it. This might be a good time to start thinking about differentiating these guys with stickers. Let's do that. He's going to be blue 1. Oops. Okay. So I hate these stickers. There are better ways to do this. I go on this rant every single time I have to use a sticker. So he wants to get deployed there. And let me just get a blue token to mark him. And we will tell the app. Okay, we won't tell the app. Oh, so it doesn't really matter. It's not going to give us another one, so that's a good thing. Deployed Imperial Officer assigned a color. Imperial Officer, the man with the hat. Pointing. There he is. Same location, so we'll put him back here. He'll be the blue 1. Never mind. We'll take the blue 1 sticker off. This is the problem with stickers, you see. Well, let's put that on the base. Possibly be reused in the future. Okay. So, we need an Imperial Officer activation card, not elite, mercifully. These are the guys who do a lot of cowering and buffing. And he is blue 1, and we will give him the color blue. Minor peril. The stench of the garbage dump assaults your nostrils, making you gag. Each rebel on the tile 19B, which is the garbage compactor, or the garbage room, obviously, suffers 1 strain. That's all of our heroes, and our... Well, Chewie doesn't have... endurance. So we mark those with these nice D10s. So Vinto is down to 3. Diala is down to 4. Gotta start spending strain and doing some of our fancy pants things, I think. I always hoard those and save them, and maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. Round 6. Here we go. So, Diala can go, Vinto can go. We've got IG-88 in the room, which I think we'll let Chewie deal with. Someone's got to keep up with those rebels, the fleeing prisoners. We've still got a prisoner to deal with. Okay. Excuse me. What we're going to have to do is release that prisoner like now. In order to do that, because we have to move through this nasty terrain, I think Diala's got 4, so she can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, good. We don't have to spend a strain to do it. That's one action. Her second action will be to release the final token. Just as you arrive at the Scrimber's side, she has managed to free her hands from her bonds. You help her with the bindings around her ankles. Flip this Imperial mission token to the Rebel side. Done. And then she starts to to take off. Before you can say anything, she's already headed back. Yeah, thanks. It wants to put her where Vinto is, so we will put her next to Vinto. It's like, hey, come back. What are you doing? Didn't you see IG-88 over there? It's dangerous. With the last of your crew members liberated, it's time to make a quick escape. You cover the crew as they race back to the shuttle. Objective updated. Cover the crew members as they return to the shuttle and escape. So, rather than getting bogged down with trying to eliminate all of the enemies, I think the name of the game now is to just get out. Just get to the shuttle. I believe what the rule is when a token makes it to the shuttle, they are safe and can no longer be a target. So I think we just gotta move out. So that was Diala's entire activation. Now who goes? Oh boy. Oh boy. This is, yeah. IG-88. Focused on the kill. Discard all harmful conditions from this figure, or if it has no harmful conditions, it becomes focused instead. So IG-88 is focused. Focused is this token. So what that means... Oh, I didn't get IG-88's deployment card. That's probably important. I think IG-88 is actually in the Scum and Villainy deck, which makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Greedo, Rancor, no. Jabba, no. IG-88. We got a quick peek at his deployment card. His, her. I don't think it's... I don't think it was ever specified. I mean, it's a droid, right? So 10 health, which is pretty big. I don't like this. What does this attack question mark? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Your attack pool consists of any combination of 2 attack dice. That's really weird. And it can perform multiple attacks per activation, which is not the rule of, is usually you can, for the enemy cards, you can move and attack. You can't do 2 attacks unlike you can with player characters, but oh boy, he's not great. He's a problem. I don't get that. Any combination of attack dice. Well, I guess it means that you can choose to focus on good range or good melee, right? I guess that makes sense. Anyway, IG-8 is focused, so that means, let's just remember, focused means, I think you just add a die or something, right? When you declare an attack or attribute test, add 1 green die to the attack pool. Then you remove the focused condition. So he gets an extra dice, or extra die. Okay. It's focused. Then it moves 2 towards the closest rebel. It's already next to Vinto, so it doesn't need to move at all. Attacks. Oh, look at it just no matter what, it's attacking Vinto. It's just going to attack Vinto. Since he's adjacent, he's going to use the strongest melee dice, which are red. So he's going to use 2 red. Plus his focused condition gives him a green. This could be it for Vinto. Vinto has 9 health left. Mercifully, he's standing next to Chewie, so he gets an extra block, and he also has a white defense die. So, this is good music for this moment. Oh dear. Oh dear. 2, 4, 6. 2 blocks, so it's 4 damage total. No surges, mercifully. So does he have anything else fancy? We can discard focused, mercifully. No, that's it. Oh, relentless. When you declare an attack targeting a figure within 3 spaces, that figure suffers 1 strain. So Vinto is going to go down to 2 strain as well. Name of the game, kids, is get the heck out of Dodge. This is more than we can handle. So that is 4 damage on Vinto. 4 damage on Vinto. Vinto has 5 hit points. It's fine. It's good. Remember, when they suffer their total number of hit points the first time, they only become wounded. They don't get defeated. So we're still like not we're not totally screwed yet. But so that's IG-88's whole turn, right? So he's done his attack, then he moves 1 to reposition 2, so it means he'll move backwards. You know what? He can't because he's in that difficult terrain. So he's just going to stay where he is because he can't move just 1. Well, you know what? He can. That's the AI rule. I think you ignore the movement points for when the AI thing tells you to do that. So we'll just assume that's the correct way of doing it. Whew. And that's IG-88's turn. Vinto gets to go. So Vinto is stunned from IG-88 landing on him. So we have to get rid of that condition to start. So that's 1 action. Vinto only has 1 remaining action, and I think it's just let's go. As soon as y'all release the other prisoner and they started running, and then IG-88 falls into the, everyone's just like, go. So Vinto's got 5 movement points, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to go here. He's covering the escape. And that is it for Vinto's turn. Oh, sorry, I should have. There we go. So Vinto was here. He's now here. And that is his entire turn. Now the elite E-Web engineer. So what does he do? At the start of his activation, if this figure does not, have line of sight on a rebel, move 1 towards the nearest closest rebel. Okay. So that basically means he goes like that. Well, could mean he goes like that as well. So there we go. He's moved 1. Now, if he can move 3 to attack the closest hero, can he? So let's see. If he shrinks down, we go 1, 2, 3. He sure can. He can get to here. So he's here. You can go 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, and he's directly within line of sight of Vinto. So, yep. That's what he's going to do. That's what the rules say. Oh, wait, that's closest rebel mission token. So, no, he can't. Because he was here. He moved 1, 2. If he was there, that means he can expand into that space. But this rebel mission token is within 1 space of Vinto, so it's protected. This one isn't, but I don't think he has line of sight. Let's just... No, he doesn't. Because... Let's have a look here. With the fancy laser pointer, so we can go from this corner. So he can't shoot the red one, because the red one's protected by Vinto. If he has line of sight on the yellow one, but he can trace 1 line, but he can't trace the line through the protected one, so he can't get to that corner, and we can't trace it through that blocked the droid that's sitting there, so he does not have line of sight on the yellow. So he cannot get within attack range of a rebel mission token that is a valid target. So he will move 3 to attack the closest hero. So the original thing that we planned for him to do, which was to go there and then attack Vinto. And Vinto only has 5 hit points. Oh, okay. The good news is because he had to do that, he will suffer, like this E-Web Engineer will suffer 2 damage. But the E-Web Engineer also has a yellow, a red, and a blue. Yellow, red, and blue attack dice. Vinto has a white defense die. Vinto is not adjacent to Chewie, so he doesn't get a bonus. Oh boy. This could be bad. This could be real bad. Oh, sweet! Excellent. Vinto completely dodges. Oh, finally some dice rolling in our favor. So Vinto just moves out of the way. And I think that is it for the E-Web Engineer's activation. Yeah, it is. So the E-Web guy suffers 2 damage because he had to haul his big stupid gun around. And they have 7, so that's not great, but you know, any damage is better than no damage. And that's the E-Web Engineer's activation. So now who gets to go? No, these templates are from Deluxe Board Gamer on Etsy. I gave them a plug last stream, but I'll give them another plug now. Just go to Etsy and like either search for Rebel Assault or it's Deluxe Board Gamer is the person who makes them. They obviously this is somebody who has a 3D printer and is just running this as a service. They're quite nice. They have lots of other stuff for other games as well. Recommended. The shipping takes a little bit longer than I would have liked, but they're nevertheless, they're really nice placeholders or card holders. They use the D10s as counters, which I really like. So there's the plug for Deluxe Board Gamer. I also think they have a website. It's deluxeboardgamer.com or something like that. So you can check them out. Nice person. I dealt with them, like I communicated with them directly, and they responded really quickly and everything. So they were very nice to deal with. Okay, so that is our E-Web Engineer's turn. So we can have anybody can go now. Diala's got to get the heck out of there. She's in a bad position. So the do we want Chewie to go? You know what? Let's do this. We're going to have Chewie go next. So he's got 4 movements. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can get here. He can't get line of sight on anybody, though, if we go there. That's annoying. I'm more interested in protecting people than I am of trying to eliminate enemies at this point. So maybe that's just smart if we do that. And then just don't use his second action. I hate wasting an action, but maybe we'll play it safe. Let's play it safe. Let's say that's Chewie's activation. Now, Captain Taro. Oh boy. Let's see. Debilitating burns. When a rebel suffers damage from flamethrower, it becomes stunned unless it discards 1 beneficial condition. Wow, we don't have any beneficial conditions, so that's not a thing. It would be nice if we did. Oh, you know what? Let's back up a second. I just realized we don't have to waste that second action on Chewie because Chewie is holding on to an emergency med pack. So he can, and now that he's next to Vinto, he can heal Vinto. Let's do that as our second action for Chewie. So we will discard this, and Vinto is now up to 10. Good call, Chewie. Okay, good. That's good. We didn't waste a second action. That's important. So, oh boy. So Diala, we're dealing with Diala's situation. She's got 4 speed, so that means this round she can get to here. Camera on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not bad, because we know that all of these rebel figures are going to be moving up the board. They're all just moving towards the shuttle, and we have to stay as close to them as we can to protect them. That's not a bad call, I think. So Diala is going to spend 1 action and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Her second action, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now Diala is adjacent to Chewie as well, so she'll get his protection bonus, which is good. This jet trooper is still doesn't have line of sight because of the blocking terrain. So that's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, it means that until these guys move up, this one and this one are not within the protection range. So they are valid targets for either the Trandoshan or the jet trooper. So let's just hope that the app tells us to move those up. Oh, I'm sorry. I just did Diala's activation and we're on Captain Tenno here, or Captain Taro. Never mind. Diala is back here. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's just do what the app tells us to do. Okay. Move 3 towards the closest non-weakened rebel. Oh, it becomes stunned unless it... So that's... Okay, if we take damage from flamethrower, then we become stunned unless we get rid of the beneficial condition. Okay, well, let's worry about that if it happens. Move 3 towards the closest non-weakened rebel. So that would be Vinto. And then attack with a flamethrower. So can he get in line of sight of Vinto by moving 3? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and then he expands this way. And yeah, he can get in line of sight. That's bad. That's real bad. Okay. Oh, he can attack 2. The 2 closest rebels within 2 spaces. Mercifully, Chewie is not within 2 spaces, but 1, 2. Well, does that count? 1, 2, and then 3. No, that is within 2. Is that? It says within 2, not 2 away. Because if you were to do a ranged attack, you would need 1, 2, 3 to hit. So that's not within 2. That's within 2. So no, he does not have the ability to use flamethrower, thankfully. If this figure did not perform flamethrower, move 6 to attack the closest rebel mission token. Okay, so that means he is therefore going to move up and get right adjacent to Vinto. Oh, wait, closest rebel mission token. He can't do that. He can't do that because he would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4... And he can't move through enemy tokens, so he can get line of sight on this guy. Oh no, he can't because it's blocked. So he can't move there. Attack the closest weakened rebel. And the rebels are weakened to move 2 to reposition 2. So basically he would stay where he is because he's already 2... Well, no, he would move there because now he is within range. So he can use his flamethrower next turn. That's what that amounts to. This is real bad because, as you can see, the passageway to the shuttle is nicely blocked. We're going to have to deal with that somehow. I guess we'll figure out a way when we get there. We're going to have to eliminate one of those to clear the passage. Captain Taro has 13 hit points, and the E-Web Engineer has 7, now 5 because of the damage he took. So that's the one that we're more likely to be able to deal with. Okay, so that's Captain Taro's activation. Now Diala can do the thing that I just did. So, first action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second action. 1, 2, 3. She can actually get up to here, but let's put her here. Because who's going next on the Imperial side? I think the officer, but I think that's what the app is indicated. I don't know if you read from the top or from the bottom going up for the activation. So, oh, actually, you know what it looks like from the bottom. So the Trandoshans are going to go next, and that Trandoshan is next to a rebel token that is vulnerable. Oh boy. Okay. Well, anyway, maybe we should look at that before we move to yellow. But anyway, we have to take it. We made our choice. We made our bed. Got to lie in it. That's Diala's activation. Now the Trandoshan Hunters. Okay, so let's see what they do. Bonus, at the start of this figure's activation, this figure discards all harmful conditions and recovers 2 damage. Did we get any damage on that? Yes, we did. He's got 3 damage, so he recovers 2. And now he's only got 1 damage on him. Oh boy, he is going to attack a Rebel mission token. Doesn't even have to move. He's standing right next to it. Okay. Okay. That's what he do. So let's look at the map again here. So they get a white defense die, thankfully. They've only got 4 health. So let's see what goes. The Trandoshan has a blue and a green attack dice. Our rebel has white defense. Okay, well, it could be worse. So 1 damage, 1 surge. The damage is blocked, or 2 surges. 1 damage is blocked. He's got 2 surges. How do they? Oh, so it will spend 1 surge on Pierce 2 and 1 on Bleed. Bleed doesn't affect these ally tokens because allies don't have endurance. Bleed affects endurance. In which case, I'm not sure. Should there be a rule here for them suffering damage? Let's say no for now. So that token takes 2 damage because it got through the block. So that means it's got 2 health still. It didn't kill him, but it's got 2 damage, and we'll just put 2 tokens on it to indicate that is in fact the case. So now the Trandoshan is going to move 4 to reposition 2. So that would mean he's already 2 away from any hero. So he wouldn't move at all. No, he's just going to stay where he is. And that's his turn. So now Vinto. Vinto has a go. Vinto, y'all need to shoot the E-Web dude. I think that's the lesson. There is a clear objective, and it is get rid of the E-Web guy to clear a path. So, blue and a yellow for Vinto's attack, and the E-Web gets a black defense die. This is his first action. He has no conditions or anything, right? No, okay. Not great, but not bad. 2 damage, 3 damage, 2 surge, 1 block. So that's 2 damage, 2 surge. Now I can spend those surges on 1 more damage. So that's 3, and that's it. That's all I can spend them on. But I can also, therefore, put a damage on Captain Taro because of my Bolt Slinger ability. So that's 3 damage total for our E-Web Engineer. So he's down to 2 hit points. And that's 1 damage on Captain Taro, who has 13 hit points. But anyway, still, we're going to do another attack on the E-Web Engineer. And if we can do 2 damage, then he did. Oh, not great. So 2 damage, 1 surge, 3 block, and that's the problem, is the 3 block. We will re-roll these from our hair trigger ability, but I really don't think we're going to get more than 3. No. Nope. No deal. No damage at all for Vinto's second action, and that's Vinto's dual turn. Oh, Vinto. Vinto, you're breaking my heart. Now who goes? The Blue Imperial Officer. At the start of this figure's activation, each Imperial figure within 3 spaces of this figure discards 1 harmful condition. Each of those figures that did not discard a harmful condition recovers 2 hit points. He is not actually near anybody, which is not the preferred position for an Imperial officer. Activation order. Another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 3 or less that can perform an attack attacks the closest rebel mission token. That's not anybody. Nobody is within, is in an attackable position of any rebel mission token. Except for the Trandoshan, who is not an Imperial figure. Mercifully, the Trandoshan is a scum and villainy smuggler faction. So the Imperial officer is not going to order the Trandoshan to attack. If this figure did not use order, move 3 to attack the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel, so no, he cannot do that. Move 1 to attack the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel was within 1 space, can't do that. Move 3 to engage the other Imperial figure with the most health remaining. That he probably can do. 1, 2, 3. Yes, he can get next to... Oh, no, he can't. With the most health remaining, that's Captain Taro. Oh, yes, he is. He's adjacent to Captain Taro. So that's fine. And then he will use Cower. If adjacent to another Imperial figure, recover 2 damage. The adjacent non-focused figure with the highest figure cost becomes focused. So Captain Taro becomes focused, which is not great for us. But it's still not the worst. Woo. Alrighty. That's his activation done. Oh, now the Jet Trooper. Finally, we cycle back around to the Jet Trooper. Jets. At the start of this group's activation, place each of its figures into space as close as possible to the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel within 1 space of that token can be the target of the attack, that rebel becomes the target of the attack. So he's going to... that would be Diala, actually. That would be... He would go here. And then Diala would become the target. Yep. So what it's trying to do is it's trying to eliminate their guard, right? So that's it. He'll just attack Diala and then do his reposition. So what is his attack? A blue and a green. Now Diala is adjacent to Chewie, so she gets a bonus block. Her defense is white as well. And so 2 damage, which one of which is blocked, 1 surge, which I negated, so 1 damage. And do they have anything fancy? for... Nope. Nope. Nothing fancy. So just 1 damage on Diala. We can take that. We can handle that. She's a tough Jedi. And so now he's going to do his reposition. Move 3 to reposition 4. So he would back off this way. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. That's his turn. Okay, here we go. It's finally telling us to move. Okay, the problem is it wants us to move the green token to that space, which is currently occupied. That's right here. So it's actually going to move, and this is the wounded one as well, directly in front of the E-Web guy. We're going to have a bottleneck here momentarily, I can tell. Okay. And the yellow one. Yeah, so in our game, the yellow one is going to move to here. Mercifully still protected, so they can't become targets. I'm going to assume they can't move through, even if the app tells us that they can't move through Imperial figures. Just makes sense. And what else? The red one. So here's the problem. That's actually a valid space. That's right here. So, I mean, I'm okay with putting it there. It means it's a vulnerable target, however, but it's also that much closer to the shuttle. I mean, the app says it, so we should just do it, right? The app knows. The app knows everything. So let's just pretend that this individual scurried between them or something. They're very agile. Okay. Whatever you say, almighty app. The blue one, there. Which is right in front of Diala. So that's okay. We can do that. All right. So there we go. All of our prisoners have moved up. And how many regular jet troopers are on the map? 2. Did I forget the second jet troopers activation? I did. Oops, I forgot there was another jet trooper. Oops. We should do that now. I can remember what it was. It was moved next to the rebel that is closest to... Oh, you know what? In his case, it would have been Vinto. He would actually move next to Vinto and attack. Can we... No, actually, we're okay. We can do this because it would be the same attack roll as it did against Diala. Oh boy, 4 and no defense. This is punishing. So that means that Vinto is down to 6 hit points, and ain't nothing I can do about that. Oh no, he is next to Chewie, so sorry. 7. He's down to 7 hit points. And then he would move 1, 2, 3 back here. So there we go. Now both jet troopers have been done. We've been punished for our forgetfulness. And now we tell it there's 2 jet troopers. So what do we get now? Oh, look, a probe droid. We'll just, yeah. The probe droid is here, and it's already got a sticker on it. So let me just grab the deployment card. There we are. Got a lot of deployment cards to keep track of. And he is blue too. Blue. Major peril. The relentless assassin droid IG-88 moves with inhuman speed, unleashing a barrage of blaster fire on the nearest threat. IG-88 attacks the closest rebel using 1 green and 1 yellow die and the following surge priority. He's not in line of sight of anybody, though. He's way off in the corner. Can he even do that? Hi, Jamie. How you doing? You've arrived just in time to watch us have all of our prisoners get killed. IG-88 is in the field, so this is a problem. It doesn't say to move IG-88 though, so I'm going to leave him where he is, and we'll just say that, I don't know, he manages to like lean around a corner or use an extendo arm like Bender and point his blaster at Diala is the closest rebel. So okay, so Diala, he attacks using 1 green and 1 yellow. Ooh, that's not good. 1 green, 1 yellow. But does he need range? This is a really, really weird peril. Well, it doesn't say for him to move. He doesn't have line of sight, but he is at range. And these are ranged dice. So I'm assuming he still needs to be at range. Like he needs and the range is crazy. Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would need 5 range to hit. This is a really weird, like if it doesn't tell us to move, we shouldn't move. But he needs to move to make a valid attack. So this is a judgment call here. Do we do the minor peril? Or do we let IG-88 move at his speed and call that fair, right? IG-88's speed is 5. Maybe move an attack? So if he spends 5, 1, 2 because of the terrain, 3, 4, 5, he can get there. That means Diala is within line of sight and he can do his attack. No, this app does not. You don't track the position of anything. You just tell it when something is defeated or not, and it just tells you, how many spaces it can move. It gives you all the potentials, but you have to sort of work out how it all goes down. So yeah, I think IG-88 moving his speed and then attacking is the way to go here. That seems fair. So he is going to attack Diala, as the app indicates, and he's going to do 2 damage, 2 surge, and Diala gets her defense. I assume that Diala gets defense, so she negates 1 surge, so he does 2 damage. And 1 surge, which he will spend on recovering 3. Is he wounded at all? No, he has no damage. So then he will do 2 extra damage. So that's 4 damage total on Diala. So Diala is down to 6 hit points, which, considering where we are... Oops, sorry about that. I somehow activated Siri. Weird. But we're in a mess here. This is a real tangle, and now we've got IG-88 on our butts. But anyway, I think that's fair. I think we did the thing the app wants us to do. Diala got seriously messed up. So now, so Jamie, since you probably missed it, what we have to do, what's happening here is, let me go to the table. All of these rebel tokens are prisoners that we have freed, and they are all running towards this shuttle. Of course, the Imperials are trying to stop us. If we are within 1 space of them, they cannot be targeted. So it's an escort mission. Basically, we're just trying to get them. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not saying that out loud because it will do it. But yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But anyway, we've got this bottleneck right here. And so one of our tokens has managed to scurry past, but because of that, they are now outside of the range of protection, so they can become a target. So we have to try and make sure that we can... Oh, you know what? This might be a time to... look into things like Diala's Force Throw. Got to spend 2 strain, exhaust his card during activation to choose another small figure. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply to either the Captain Taro or the E-Web Engineer because they're both large figures. I don't know if they qualify as large figures. I think like Jabba qualifies as a large figure, but maybe these two still qualify as small. I'm not sure. If you pass, push that figure 3 spaces. I don't think this would work in this instance. It's unfortunate because, man, what a cinematic moment that would be, but I don't think that's going to be valid. We still got to just try and take them out fair and square. So, what are we going to do? So who can go? Any of our heroes can go. Chewie has the heaviest hitting. Oh yes, JB, Chewbacca has joined us for this adventure, which is good because he's necessary for this situation. But if Chewie tries to move up, and he can do some real damage. Unfortunately, we've got this token right here, this rebel, and that rebel is blocking our line of sight to the 2 that we want to deal with, but we can get some damage on Captain Taro here. Chewie doesn't even have to move to do that. Oh yeah, he does actually, because he doesn't have line of sight. So we would have to get adjacent. So Captain Taro, who is focused, has 13 health. He has 12 currently. We're not likely to get that much damage on him this round. We got to clear them out, though. That's the thing. So, I mean, the only thing we can really do is have Chewie move here, and that's one action, and then attack Captain Taro. He's still got a bunch of movement points left after that, but we're still not going to be able to kill Captain Taro, so Captain Taro's blocking line of sight, etc., etc. So, anyway, Chewie's... yeah, well, that would be nice. He doesn't have... unfortunately, he does have a... oh, you know what? I think you might be right, actually. Let's have a look here. I keep forgetting that since this is our card, we can do all of the instructions on it. Choose one adjacent hostile figure and roll 1 red dice. The figure suffers damage equal to the results. Then, if it is a small figure, you may push it 1 space. See, I don't think these qualify as small figures. I think these are large figures. Because one of these is the E-Web guy has got a giant mounted gun, and Captain Taro's on a dewback. Like, Chewie's not going to pick up and throw a dewback. Well, I mean, he probably could, but it's Chewie. Boy, that would be real sweet, though, wouldn't it? No, I think he's just going to straight up attack Captain Taro here. So... But thank you for reminding me about that. See, when you're playing with the app, it's in the book somewhere. Hang on, I mean, maybe I can find it quickly. I hate looking in the manuals when I'm on stream because it's like, this is exciting. Listen to the nice music. Figures. Affiliation. Friendly and hostile. Figure size. A figure that occupies only 1 space on the map is a small figure. A figure that occupies more than 1 space is a large figure. So no, they are both large figures. So unfortunately, Chewie can't do his slam. And we can't do force push. That's terrible. That is just awful. So yeah, he's just got to straight up attack him. So Chewie thankfully has this for his attack dice. Captain Taro has a black defense die, which is the worst defense dice, so that's good. Come on, Chewie. Make us proud. Oh boy. Make us prouder. 3 damage, 1 surge, 3 damage blocked. Chewie can spend surge to add 2 damage, so we did 2 damage to Captain Taro. Okay. Captain Taro now has 3 damage, so he is at 10 health now. And that's Chewie's activation. Well, he can still spend movement points. So, but he probably shouldn't. Like, we need to try and stay in this direction. Because this guy is outside of our realm of protection right now. We need to try and get over there. We just got to clear this bottleneck. Which I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But that's Chewie's activation. That's it. So, yeah, this ain't going well. Now the elite E-Web engineer. He gains +1 surge and +2 accuracy. He ain't going to need accuracy. Because he's standing next to everybody. Imperial figures do not block his line of sight. However, this is actually kind of good news. Because if you look at... I wonder if the overhead cam would be better for this. So here's our E-Web engineer. And here's Captain Taro. And here, directly in front of the E-Web engineer, is a rebel token. So this is one of the prisoners. Now, that prisoner is not a valid target because it's standing next to Chewie right here. But he is also blocking line of sight. So the E-Web engineer cannot target Chewie this round. Imperial figures, however, do not block line of sight, so he could fire through past Captain Taro, and that means he could, in theory, target this rebel token, but this rebel token is also adjacent to Chewie, so not a valid target. I don't think the E-Web engineer is going to be able to do anything this round. He can't move, he can't shoot, he can't do anything. Let's see. Attack the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel is within 1 space of that token can be the target of an attack, that rebel becomes the target of the attack. So he's going to try and target the guard of any of the rebel mission tokens. However, his line of sight is being blocked by that rebel mission token. So that's not valid. He has no valid target. Attack the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel is within 1 space of that token and can be the target of the attack, that rebel becomes the target of the attack. Move 3 to attack the closest hero. So let's see. He can go 1, 2, 3. He could actually get around to here. Look at this. He can move to here validly because he can move through his ally figure. So he can go 1, 2, 3 and move there. In which case he's adjacent to 2 of our heroes, which, I mean, that's what he would do. That's what the AI is telling us. The good news there is it means he will suffer 2 damage from having to haul his big-ass gun around. Yes, Chewie is definitely a meat shield, or I guess fur shield in this case. But that's what he's going to do. He's going to move 3 and attack. So 1, 2, 3. So he gets over to this side, hauling his big-ass gun around. Attack the closest hero. Well, Chewie doesn't qualify as a hero because Chewie is an ally, so he's going to attack Vinto. Vinto, as you can see, Vinto has 7 hit points. This is important information for this series. But okay. Elite E-Web guy has, as his attack dice, coincidentally, exactly the same as Chewie's attack dice. And Vinto has a white defense die, which is good because this is the best defense die to have. Because this has a full dodge on it that I really, really, really hope we roll. We rolled 1 before, so The odds are against it, but let's see. What do we get? 4 damage, 2 surges, and only 1 block. We gain an extra block for being next to Chewie. So that's 2 damage, 2 surge. We did not cancel any of those surges. So how does he spend his surges? To recover 2. He hasn't suffered that damage yet. Oh, yes, he has. He suffered 5 damage. So he's now healed up 2. So he has 3 damage, which is hilarious because he's about to get to from moving his gun around. And that's 1 surge. The next surge is to add 2 more damage. We didn't cancel any of those surges. So that's 4 damage total. Yee. Vinto has 3 hit points left. Ooh. It's okay. Even if he gets wounded, that's still fine. The way this game works, I guess, Jamie, you don't know, when the first time our characters lose all of their health, they get wounded, which means that they're still in play. They just have slightly reduced stats, but they can still, and they heal up to full, and they are still in play. If they get defeated a second time, that's when we lose. It does mean, though, that the app tracks a stat called fame, and it means we'll get less fame for completing the mission, which means we get like lesser quality stuff available in the store, but it's still okay. We can still complete the mission. And also the way this app works is even if you fail the mission, you still go on to the next mission. It's just there's a branching story thing that happens that, you know, if you fail it, bad things happen, or if you complete it successfully, better things happen. So we'll see. Things like allies become available to you. That's how we got Chewie on this round, was because the previous mission we did a whole bunch of story stuff that we had an adventure with Chewie and Han, and we chose well, or we had good rolls, and Chewie got impressed, so he agreed to come with us on this mission. So that was real cool. But so I just noticed the E-Web guy's gun is all warped, which is funnier than it should be. So the E-Web guy has now done his attack, has damaged Vinto, and will suffer the 2 damage from moving his gun around. So he is back up to 5 damage. He only has 2 hit points. The good news here is that has actually cleared some of the bottleneck. It's now the Imperial officer is the thing in our way. But that Imperial officer A is a small figure, which is real good. It means that the force push and the Chewie slam can come into play if we can get over there. And also it's an Imperial officer, like they're paper. They will not be a problem to defeat. So Chewie did like the cut of our jib. Smithers, who's that goat-legged fellow? I like the cut of his jib. So where are we now? The E-Web engineer has gone. So he's... Oh, no. Has he repositioned? No, he does not reposition. So now either Diala or Vinto can go. Which is really good news because let's get Diala into... let's try and get Diala next to that Imperial officer. So she has 4 speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. She can get there and be adjacent to both Captain Taro and the Imperial off. Oh, I so want to use force push. Screw it. That's what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. She is now adjacent to the Imperial officer. She is absolutely going to use force throw. And hello, Jimmy. Yes, down off the table, sir. Thank you. Jimmy's interfering with the game. We have to exhaust the card. We have to spend 2 strain, which is fine. And then pass a focus or an observation test, which shouldn't be a problem. And then we push 3 spaces. So basically, I mean, if you look at the actual map, this is like a staircase. This is like staircase that goes up and around. So this is like the banister of the staircase. So she's like literally pushing him over the rail, which I like a lot. I really, really want to do this. So let's do that. We're going to exhaust the card. We are going to spend 2 strain. So she's down to 2. And we are going to test observation or focus, or the eyeball one. I can't remember what it's called. But that means we roll blue, a green, and a yellow. Well, all we have to do is get 1 surge, and then we pass. Come on, we gotta get a surge. This is just too funny not to do. Oh my god! No surges. Well, that's the way the dice rolled. Can you imagine, like failing? She rushes up, and she goes, huh, and nothing happens. Wow, this is why you didn't pass Jedi school, Diala. Oh, man, I tell you. Okay, well, that's it. That was her second action. She spent all of her movement points. What are you gonna do? It's the way the dice rolls. Diala ends her activation. Who's next? Oh, good. Bonus. Focused on the kill. Discard all harmful conditions. So he has none. And if he has none, then he becomes focused. Focused means you add a green die to their attack pool. Then it moves 2 towards the closest rebel. So in this case, that's bonk, bonk. That is IG-88 is now next to Vinto. You know, Vinto, who has 3 hit points. His AI through this entire game has been to attack Vinto. When you look at the list of instructions going down the chart, move 1 to attack Vinto, move 1 to attack Vinto, move 5 to attack target Vinto. It's like, he's just got it out for the Rhodian. There's some history there, I'd venture to say. So he's done his move. He's now adjacent to Vinto. He's going to target. Here's an interesting thing. It doesn't say attack. It says target. Okay. Oh, this figure's attack pool consists of 1 blue and 1 yellow die during this activation. Fine, but it doesn't say attack. It says target. That's weird. It always says attack. Am I wrong? Does that make sense? This is really weird. I'm just going to go with what the app says. The app says target. It does not say attack. Let's assume that it doesn't try. It's setting up for something, clearly. I don't know what. It's weird. It should say attack. Okay, we're just going to say, yeah, fine. That was really weird. So now Vinto can go. Yeah. It should say attack. Can we look at anyone? No, we can't look at anyone else's. No. Weird. Really, really weird. That may have been a mistake. I don't know. Or it may have been a poorly worded thing in the app. We're going to err on our side for a change because we're in bad shape. Vinto is almost out of the picture. Or about to get wounded. So Vinto can go. Vinto has limited options. Because now IG-88 standing next to him. He can shoot the E-Web guy. The E-Web guy's only got 2 hit points. Maybe that's the play. He can't move. I mean, he can move, but the farthest he can go is like in that corner here, which, you know, who does that help? And he's not going to do anything to IG-88 at this point. IG-88's got 10 hit points and no damage. So I think the E-Web Engineer is the most likely thing to go down. We're going to use MMO tactics and just go get the one with the most health down. So E-Web Engineer is the most likely one to be taken out by Vinto. Vinto only has to do 2 damage to him, so let's try that. Vinto could also... We could also use a med pack here. We've got 1 med pack left. Let's do this. We'll attack the E-Web Engineer. If we kill him, we'll use a med pack. If we don't kill him, we'll attack again. How's that? That makes sense. So that's a blue, and a yellow. Attack dice for Vinto, and the E-Web guy has a black. Yes, black defense dice. Oh, Vinto. So we got 2 surges. So he blocked 3. We've got 2 surges to spend. We can spend 1 on another damage that he's still blocked, and then we can spend the other one on 2. No, we can't. There's nothing we can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Hair Trigger Pistol's special ability to re-roll our attack dice. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. So we've got to get through 3. Oh, okay. Well, that got better. Oh, FYI, Jamie, the reason I did that was because our pistol has a special ability. I know you can't read that. While attacking with this weapon, you may re-roll all of your attack dice. So that's why I was able to do that. But it's good news because he did 3 damage, which got blocked, but then we have 2 surge. So he can spend 1 surge on 1 damage, and the E-Web Engineer is still up. I'm just reading what you wrote, Jamie. Did I miss something on the app then? Did it say that IG-88 should have attacked him? Oops. Maybe. I don't know. This is the new canon. This is the canon of our game. We're just going with this continuity. We'll retcon that later. I don't know. Something. I'll review the recording and we'll make a judgment call based on that for next time. Maybe we'll find a way to give ourselves a handicap or something to make up for that. So he's done 1 damage to the E-Web Engineer. So it means we're not going to defeat the E-Web Engineer on that attack. So we said that we're going to attack twice if we don't kill him, because I'd like to get him out of the picture. He's a heavy hitter. So okay, better. Yeah, IG-88 is... Here's funny. I've played this mission actually twice before, and both times I defeated IG-88. Like, it's just the way the dice roll. So there we go. He blocks 1 damage, but we do a damage, and we have a surge that we can spend on another damage. So yes, there we go. The E-Web Engineer has been defeated. Thankfully. So we tell the app which one. Which one is he? And we've got so many that we have to scroll. Yes, we do. That we defeat the E-Web Engineer. There's 8 fame for us, and Vinto's turn is over. And now Captain Taro. Taro. Well, debilitating burns. When a rebel suffers damage from flamethrower, it becomes stunned unless it discards 1 beneficial condition. Ain't nobody got a beneficial condition. Captain Taro does, however. Captain Taro is focused, so he gets to add a green die to his attack pool. Move 3 towards the closest non-weakened rebel. Well, he don't got to do that because he's next to both Diala and Chewie. Flamethrower. The 2 closest rebels within 2 spaces of this figure each suffer 1 damage and 1 strain. then may test focus, or whatever that is. Each rebel that does not pass becomes weakened. Okay, well, that means, thankfully, the rebel tokens don't count as targets because they're within one space. So, Diala and Chewie are both valid targets for that. So they both suffer a damage and a strain. Okay, one more damage for Chewie. Chewie's still in pretty good health. Diala is not. Diala's down to 5. Where's the 5? This is one of those dice that doesn't have a 5. Okay. And a strain. Strain doesn't count for Chewie because he is an ally. So that means Diala's down to 1 strain. Or 1 endurance. Which is not great. Yeah, oh, believe me, there's no good choice. They're all bad. And now Diala and Chewie have to test observation. Now, the good news there is the rules are for allies, if they are elites, they automatically pass a test, and if they are not elites, they automatically fail. Chewie is definitely an elite, so he passes. He doesn't have to get the weakened condition. However, Diala does have to do this test. So thankfully, this is a stat that Diala is high in. So she gets to roll a blue, a green, and a yellow. All I got to do is roll 1 surge. That's what I said last time. There we go. 3 surges. So yes, she passes. She is not weakened, mercifully. So that was his first action. Then he did perform flamethrower, so we don't do the second thing. They only get 1 attack per round, so he doesn't do the attack the closest weakened rebel. So he will move 2 to reposition 2. That's interesting. He can't. So Jamie, you probably don't know. So with the move X to reposition X means that they will move, in this case, a maximum of 2 spaces to try and get 2 spaces away from any rebel. That's what that means. And in this case, maybe the overhead would be good for this. So here's the guy we're talking about. He can move through ally figures, so he can move through this jet trooper, but he can't move through this rebel. So he could go 1, 2, like he could go over here, but he's still not going to get 2 away from any rebel. And as it is, he's adjacent to 2. Oh, you know what? He could go 1, 2. He could go down here. That's a valid move. So that's what he'd do. That is what the AI says. He's down there, which is also good news for us because it helps clear our way. So that's what we did. So his activation's done. Who's next? Either Diala or Vinto can go. Well, I think we're at a state where these tokens are going to start moving again. So Vinto's got 3 hit points. Diala's got 5. We have 1 med pack. I wouldn't mind trying to take out that Imperial officer. That might be a wise thing to do, because he is definitely blocking our way. Actually, that's the only play here. The Imperial officer is blocking our way, so he has to go. So Diala is going to go, and she's going to attack the Imperial officer. First thing she's going to do is refresh her cards. And her attack dice are green and yellow. The Imperial officer's defense is a white, really. They're slippery. And Imperial Officer has 3 health, so that's good news at least. Ooh, oh no! Oh, jeez. How come? Oh. So we did 4 damage, but he dodged. Oh, that's bad, but it's still okay because that's our first action, so we can take another attack. We're going to spend both of our actions to try and get rid of this guy. Oh, brutal. Okay. Okay. Good. This is good. So, sorry, I bumped the camera. 3 damage, 1 block, but we do have the shock emitter, which means that we can exhaust this to add a damage, which we are going to do. That eliminates the Imperial Officer. Oh. Really? You had to hit him twice? Aren't you a Jedi? Imperial Officer's down. We will defeat him in the app. Only 2 fame for defeating an Imperial Officer. That makes sense. And that's Diala's turn. That's it. That's everything she's got. And now who goes? The Trandoshan Hunters. Trandoshan Hunter in this case. He's way back there. He's still back in the trash room. Each figure gains +1 surge. Move 5 to attack the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel is within 1 space of that token, that can be the target of the attack, that rebel becomes the target of the attack. So let me see. 5, huh? We'll go to the overhead cam here. So here's the Trandoshan Hunter. And you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't. So he can go, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can actually get there, which is valid. And that means he will attack Vinto. So that's what he's going to do. Actually, that's not what he's going to do. If you look at what the AI says, move 5 to attack the closest rebel mission token, which, so he was over here. And the closest rebel mission token is this blue one here. Let's go to the overhead. Right, so he was here. The closest rebel mission token is here. Yeah. And so what he's trying to do is he's trying to attack this rebel mission token, the blue one here. The problem is, if he can't attack that, then the rebel that's closest to that thing becomes the target if it's a valid target. Well, it's not, because he can't get through IG-88. IG-88 is blocking line of sight, and the rebel mission token is blocking line of sight, so there are no valid targets for him. He can, like I said, he can get behind Vinto, but Vinto is not... Oh, actually, Vinto is adjacent. Never mind, Vinto's adjacent. Doesn't matter. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go behind Vinto, and he's going to attack Vinto. There we go. That was easy. That was a long journey to get to nowhere. Okay, so... Oh boy, this is probably it for Vinto. The Trandoshan Hunter has a blue and a green. Attack dice. Vinto has a white. This would be a real good time to roll a dodge, Vinto. And of course, Vinto rolls nothing and takes 2 damage and a surge. And how does the Trandoshan spend? On Pierce, which he doesn't need, and Bleed. Oh! It's strange to sound pleased about this, but he actually hasn't killed Vinto. He's done 2 damage and spent a surge to put the bleed condition on Vinto. The bleed condition bleeds endurance unless we spend an action to get rid of it, and after you use up all your endurance, then it does physical damage. So Vinto is still up. He's only got 2 endurance, so that's the most he can stand to spend without getting rid of the bleed condition, but all you have to do is give up an action to get rid of a condition. So, that's actually pretty good news, because although Vinto is now bleeding, and has 2 more, so he's down to 1 hit point, he's still in the game. He still hasn't been knocked out yet. And now the Trandoshan Hunter is going to move 4 to reposition 2. Oh, he also gets another surge, but he doesn't need the pierce. There is no blocking to get through, and you can only spend a surge on one surge at a time. So you can't spend 2 surges on the bleed, which doesn't make any sense anyway. So he's going to move 4 to reposition 2. So he's going to actually back off 4 to reposition 2. So 1, 2. He's 1, 2 away. Yeah, that's it. This is as far as he would go. And that's it. That's his turn. Wow, I'm kind of amazed Vinto lived through that round. So, where are we at now? So he's done. Now Vinto's turn. Oh, Vinto. Well, we're going to have to spend an action to get rid of bleed. We can't have that condition on us. So that's what this first action is, just going to be get rid of bleed. Now, this might be a time for the med pack or move. I think med pack. He's got 1 hit point. I think it's med pack time. So, second action, spend the med pack. So now he's got 6 hit points. Which, although not much, is better. Yeah. IG-88 is still on Vinto's behind. Okay. So that's Vinto's whole activation. Who's next? The Jet Troopers. I'll remember that there's 2 of them this time. At the start of this group's activation, please place each of its figures in a space as close as possible to the closest rebel mission token. If a rebel within 1 space of that token can be a target of the attack, the rebel becomes the target of the attack. So, that means Jet Trooper. We're actually kind of spoiled for choice, because Jet Trooper 1 here could go here, and then either Diala or Chewie becomes a target. He could go here, and then either Vinto or Chewie becomes a target. The closest rebel mission token is this one. So the app will tell us when the prisoners get to move. It actually moves them for us. It's the only time in the app actually tracks where anything is. And I'm hoping that comes at the end of this round. I hope. I think it comes when we're done all of our turns, which we are done, and now the Imperials get to go. So I think at the end of this, the tokens will move. I can't remember. It doesn't show you the turn order of the tokens, unfortunately. It does it when it's the most cruel. That's the most I could figure. So this is where there's a thing in this game called the Imperial Rule. And the Imperial Rule states that if there's ever a question about what the Empire is going to do, like in the AI versus the rebels, you always do the thing that is more detrimental to the rebels. So in this case, since this Jet Trooper is here and he could go here or here, if he goes here, then Vinto becomes the target. Or actually, Chewie will become the target either way, because he's the one that's adjacent. So it really doesn't matter what way he goes. But anyway, the Imperial Rule says that you just do the thing that's worse for the rebels. And the worst thing for us right now would be for him to attack Vinto. Right? So, but he's not going to, because Vinto isn't the one that's adjacent. I mean, he is adjacent, but the one that's closest spatially to The jet trooper is Chewie, so he's going to attack Chewie no matter where he goes. So let's put him here, because it doesn't really matter, and attack Chewie. So his attack is a green and a blue. Chewie's defense is a black and a white. So that's pretty good defense. It's Chewie. Of course it is. And nice. So he did nothing. He did 1 damage, 2 surge. We blocked 4 damage and canceled 1 surge. So all he's got is a surge, and which he spends on 1 damage. And I don't even think that would count, right? Because we blocked so many. We blocked all of the damage he could potentially do. So nothing. He misses. Well, he doesn't miss. He shoots Chewie, and Chewie just gets mad. Which is totally in character. So now that he's done that, now that he's pissed off the Wookiee, he's going to move 3 to reposition 4. So, okay. So that means he would move, because he's a jet trooper, he can move through. It's hard to see here. This is a red dotted line, which means you cannot pass this, but you can have line of sight through it, because this is the railing through which you go into the shuttle bay. But that doesn't count for the jet trooper, because the jet trooper has a jetpack. They're mobile. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. So now he's in the docking bay. Which can be a problem because this rebel is a valid target. He can be targeted. I just realized as well that the one rebel token that has damage is Captain Darpik, who is our NPC that we really, really need to save. It's the only one that's damaged. Okay, so that was the first jet trooper. There's another jet trooper, and jet trooper is going to do the same thing. So the closest rebel token is this one, and the closest character that's adjacent, that's protecting it, is Vinto. So this one would move adjacent to Vinto and attack Vinto. I don't make the rules. So once again, blue and a green. Vinto has a white defense. Vinto is next to Chewie, so he does get a bonus block. Oh, Vinto, what is with the rolls? Jesus. So no block, except for the 1 block he gets from Chewie, so 2 damage. That's it. So he's down to 4. Jeez. And this jet trooper is going to do the same thing, which is move 3 to reposition 4. So he'll just go back where he was. 1, 2, 3. And that is it for the jet troopers. Come on. Oh no, the probe droid goes next. The probe droid hasn't gone yet. This is the first activation of the probe droid. That's how many things we have on the board now. Okay. Bonus, electroshock. At the end of this activation, each adjacent rebel has to test mechanics. Each that fails suffers 1 strain. Okay. Move 2 to attack the closest rebel mission token. That's bad news, because there is a valid rebel mission token. And that's it. It's what he's going to do. He's going to move 1, 2. And he is now adjacent to this rebel mission token, so he's going to attack it. And probe droid area, way over here, because I've got so many cards on the table. Oh dear, I didn't realize the probe droids hit that hard. So, yikes! 2 yellow and a blue. And let's refresh our memory about. So they have 1 white defense die, which is pretty good. They also only have 4 health though. So, oh boy, let's see what happens. Probe droid attacks. Yee. Oh boy. So 1, 2, 3, 4 damage and a surge. Surge is canceled. 1 damage is canceled. So 3 damage of 4 on this rebel mission token. So this prisoner is within 1 hit point of dying, which is bad. The good news is, I think the next time they can go, the app is going to put them in within range of the shuttle, and so they'll be safe. But oh, sorry. Here we go. Activation. So he did his attack. Then he's going to move 2 to reposition 3. Oh, if adjacent to a rebel, end this activation. He is, in fact, adjacent to a rebel, so the activation ends. So he would not do the test of strain because there's no strain that's applied to these tokens, so that's not valid. Now what? Oh, this crew member reaches the shuttle and races inside to safety. Yay! And that's Captain Darpik. Okay, good stuff. Somebody is safe. It's not us, but somebody is. Good. Okay, nice. This crew member reaches the shuttle and races inside to safety. Oh, this is good. This is good news. This is all good news. Yes! All right. This is so close. Again, we're just skin of our teeth, but I think we might do it. Come on, come on. Oh, the blue one isn't there yet. This is it. The blue one is the last one. Still not in the shuttle. So as you can see, it wants us to place it in the same square that our jet trooper is. So you just place it in the square next, which is there. So we're probably going to win, actually, because of this. You don't have to save everybody. If you save everybody, then you get a bonus. But you don't, as long as we can survive one more round, I think we're good. Oh boy. And where are we in terms of activations? How many regular jet troopers are on the map? 2. Oh no. Another Imperial officer. Okay. Man with a hat. Here he is. Here's our man with a hat. And he is deployed. There's already a card out. Oh, no, there isn't because we defeated him. Let me get his deployment card then. Imperial officer, and you are purple marker. So let me get the purple marker. It's a purple one. I can't. Oh, there's the purple one. Okay. Woo. Okay. Purple. Purple. Oh, now another regular Imperial officer. 2 of them. They just got let out. You two, go see what's happening out there. I don't want to put a sticker on him, so we'll just say he's gray. Round 8, here we go. All right, any of our heroes can go. So let's see. We need to get next to that that rebel. The most important thing is protecting that rebel. Each of our heroes can, suffer their full hit points and still not be out because they can get wounded. So, you know what? We're gonna try the force throw again, or force push, or whatever it's called. Force throw. Diala is going to. I also got to remember that Chewie has. Oh, you know what? This actually is important. Diala only has 1 endurance, and she has to spend 2 endurance to do force throw. Now, Chewie also has 2 of these. 2 adrenal stems. Discard this card during activation. Choose yourself or an adjacent friendly figure. The chosen figure recovers 3 strain and becomes focused. It would be a shame to waste that focus on not doing an attack, though. This is really weird. We need to clear the way, once again, to get over there and get adjacent to, or to get within 1 square of the rebel. Okay, here's an interesting thing. I'm just looking at the map. So, here's Diala. It's hard to see, I know, on this cam because she blends in. And here's our rebel mission token. If she gets here, she is within 1 space of the rebel mission token, and therefore it is protected. Now, this is that railing, right? So she can't move in that direction, but she can still get within 1 space and protect it. That seems like the wise course of action. And then, she's adjacent to this character, so what that means is, because this is a impassable terrain, she can't do a melee attack against him. She can do a ranged attack, but she doesn't have any ranged weapons. So we could try the force push against the jet trooper, but we don't have enough strain to do that. So it's all just a series of problems. She can actually, if she moves here, we can do a melee attack against the probe droid. Let's do that. So she's going to spend 1 movement point to move here, which puts her within protection range, and she's going to attack the probe droid. You know, it's all we can do. The probe droid only has 5 health, so maybe we can do so. Oh, she's also got to refresh her card. And she's a green and a yellow attack. Probe droid has black defense. So, oof, not great. It's 2 surge, 1 damage. The damage is blocked, but she's got 2 surge. She can spend a surge. She can spend a surge to stun, and then spend the other surge to add a damage. And then, oh, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to spend 1 surge to stun it, which means it loses an action next turn. And we are also going to exhaust our shock emitter and add another damage. And spend the 2nd surge to add another damage. So that's 2 damage and a stun, which is not bad. 2 damage on the probe droid, and it is stunned. Okay, and that's Diala's whole activation. We don't want her to move. She still has movement points she could spend, but we don't want that because she's protecting the blue token. So we just end her activation. Now who goes? Oh no. Interestingly, his target has changed. It's now Diala. Blaze of Glory. At the end of this activation, this figure moves 1 to attack Diala Pasil. Apply +2 accuracy to the attack results. Then, if this figure performed this attack, it suffers 3 damage. Weird. Okay. This figure's attack pool consists of 1 blue and 1 red. Yikes. That's the thing with IG-88. The dice that he uses every round can change. Move 1 to attack a rebel within 5 spaces. Target Diala Pasil. Move 1. Okay, so he would move here. He can't do that, though. He's actually blocked. He can't move through. This is really interesting because he is completely blocked. See, he's blocked by... This is where he started. And he is blocked by both Vinto and Chewie. He cannot move through those. I guess he could go... He could go here and then here. That's a valid move. So that means that he would do the move 5 to attack a rebel within 5 spaces. Move 5 to attack Diala. Okay, that makes sense. So he would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can get adjacent. He can get adjacent to Diala. Oh no. Oh no. This is very bad. So there's his attack dice. Oh, he's also got his Blaze of Glory thing that he's going to do. Oh no, this could be very bad. Here's Diala's defense. So let's see first what his attack does. Oh. Well, guess what? Diala's going down. That's 5 damage, 1 block. There's no surge to cancel. 4 damage. So she's not actually out yet. She's got 1 hit point now. So that's the attack. She's got 1 hit point. Oops. And now he's going to do his Blaze of Glory. So it's going to attack again with, I assume, the same attack dice. Yeah. A +2 accuracy doesn't matter because he's adjacent. The hilarious thing is he's going to suffer 3 damage at the end of this, but this is it. This is really cinematic when you think about it, because this is him doing his big crescendo and he's about to knock out the Jedi. But he is also going to suffer damage as a result. Does he have any damage on him? No. Oh, he's also focused. I forgot. So, oh, there's 2 more damage. So Diala's actually down. Diala is down. So what that means is I've now flipped Diala's card over to the wounded side, and oops, sorry. Here we go. So she loses one of her special abilities, and her stats are slightly lower. But she's still in the game. And she is no longer a valid target this round. So that Blaze of Glory doesn't happen because he took her out. So it also means he doesn't suffer the 3 damage that it tells us to. So he's going to move 1 to reposition 2, which he doesn't need to do. Interesting. He can technically... Diala is not counted as... No, he wouldn't move at all, actually, because she's not counted... Since she's out this round, she's not counted as a valid target for the reposition, and he's already 2 away from Chewie, so he wouldn't move at all. He'd just stay where he is. Which is bad news for us, because he's in the way. But he's no longer focused. Okay. We just gotta survive. That's it. We just gotta survive this round. Let's finish IG-88's activation. Now, Vinto or Chewie. I really want to take out IG-88. I really do. Chewie is a hard hitter, and he has range. He's got his bowcaster. We could just shoot that droid. We could. We could just try that. We have to anyway. We got to get him out of the way. He's blocking the hallway. And Chewie's got 2 actions. Okay. One good thing is, so if you look at the adrenal stem, You'll notice there's no indication that this is an action. So this is free. We don't have to spend an action to do this. He's got 2 of them. So Chewie pulls out an adrenal stim, gives it to himself. So he's got no strain to recover, but he does get focus, which means he adds a green attack die to his pool. Which is hilarious. So we've used this. This goes back in the discard. Chewie is focused, so we'll put the token to make sure we know that he is focused. I can't remember which one the focus is. It's this one. So Chewie's attack pool for this round, or for this attack, is red, a blue, a yellow, and a green. And IG-88 has 1 black defense die. So Chewie gets revenge. Now he also needs 3 range, so hopefully we'll get the range. I'm sure we'll get the range. Come on, Chewie. So we definitely got the range. Got 4 range. A lot of surges. Not that much damage. So 3 damage, 4 damage, 2 of which are blocks, so 2 damage, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surges. Okay. How can we spend our surges? So the first one we can spend on adding 2 more damage. So it would just say that has been nullified. Yes. So that's 4 damage. Next we can spend on stunning him, which we will do. So IG-88 is stunned. And the last we can spend on accuracy, which we don't need. So unfortunately we have some wasted surges, because that's a lot of surges. But nevertheless, he did do 4 damage total. So, you know, that's not bad. IG-88's got 10 health total. So I don't think Chewie's going to move this round. I think he's just going to attack again. Now, he's no longer focused. Focus only lasts for the first attack that you use it, so he loses 1 green die from his pool, but that's still what we get to attack with, so let's hope we do. Hope we do a good job. Roll high, roll high. Not great. Certainly could be better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, 2 block. So 3 damage. You know, okay. So 2, that's 7 in addition to the 2 he had already. Oh no, the 2 is, never mind. Never mind, I'm wrong. He's got 9. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, he is hurting. Yeah, he is. He's within 3 hit points of going down. Okay, good. Well, there's Chewie's attacks. This I hate to do, because who's next? Probe droid. What does the probe droid do? He's got his electroshock thing, and he is now adjacent to Diala, so he can do that. Move 2 to attack the closest rebel mission token, which he can't do because Diala is within range of protecting it. So Diala, who is... Yes, that is true. If IG-88 does his Blaze of Glory thing again, then he will self-destruct. Good. So Diala is going to be the target of the probe droid because Diala is the one that's protecting the closest rebel mission token, and she is a valid target for it. So it will attack Diala. Does he get any special? Nope. He'll do his electroshock thing though. So his attack. Oh yes, he has all of the attack dice. Two yellows and a blue. Diala has a white defense. Thankfully, Diala is back up to full health. I should reset her health counter. So she's got 22 hit points currently. So that's good. Wow. Thankfully, the probe droid rolled terribly. No damage at all, which is weird. I didn't even think that was possible, but apparently it is. But 3 surges, one of which we canceled, so 2 surges. How will it spend its surges? It spends its surges first on 1 damage, then on a pierce, so that'll be 2 damage. Pierce doesn't matter if there's no damage to block, so that's still just 1 damage. And then it will recover 1 hit point. Is it damaged at all? Yes, it is. So, it was stunned. It was stunned, so I don't think it does this attack at all. So it gets 2 actions. One is a move, one is an attack. This wasn't a move. So it has to lose 1. So it's not going to do its reposition, is what it comes down to. It's going to do its attack. It's not going to do its reposition. It doesn't really matter anyway, because if adjacent to a rebel, end this activation. So that stun actually didn't do anything, and it's no longer stunned anyway. And it's healed 1. But Diala only took 1 damage, so that could have been much worse. Now it's going to do its electroshock thing. So Diala has to pass mechanics, which is not great. It's not her strong suit. She has to roll a red die, and the red die only has 1 surge on 1 face. So if she doesn't roll that, then she takes 1 strain. Oh, actually, her strain goes back up to full as well. So that's good. She can afford then to fail. Yep, fail. Yeah, why get you roll it on damage rolls there, Diala? But she does suffer 1 strain. So she suffers 3. She's at 3. That then is the probe droid's entire activation. Now what? Vinto. Oh, Vinto. Vinto. IG-88 has 7 damage on him. He has 10 health total. If we can do 3 damage on IG-88, then that's real good. And we have to get him out of the way. Unfortunately, Vinto is going to have to do a move because Chewie's blocking his line of sight. Although I can spend strain to cancel that, but I'm not going to, and I'll show you why in a sec. So he's going to spend 1, 2, 3. So he's not blocking Chewie's line of sight. Yes, that's important. So he's now adjacent to IG-88, and he's going to attack. He still has 2 movement points left as well, just for note. And his attack is a blue and a yellow. Blue and yellow. And Iggy's defense is a black. 3. We got to do 3 damage. Come on, Vinto. Show us the sharpshooting roadie, and we know you are. That's Vinto. You're not paying attention. 2 damage, 1 surge. So 1 damage gets canceled. So 1 damage, 1 surge. You can spend the surge. 1 more damage. So that's 2 damage. 2 damage. Oh, really? There's nothing we can do about that either. There's no way. There's no... I mean, we could re-roll our entire attack. Oh, maybe this would be a good time to do that, because that's not a great roll right now. Although we did do 2 damage, he's still up. So maybe this is an all or nothing situation. Maybe we just try for the better roll. This is tricky. I think let's try for the better roll. I may regret this. Oh, so it's not a better roll, kind of a worse roll. So 1 damage, which gets blocked, but 3 surges. So we can spend 1 surge on a damage, which is good, but that's it. So we went from 2 damage to 1 damage. Oh, Vinto, you're breaking my heart. But the good news is that because I did damage, I can use shot on the run, and Bolt Slinger. So Bolt Slinger is if I do damage to a target, I can pick another target in line of sight and just add a damage without doing a roll. Well, the only other target within line of sight is the Trandoshan Hunter. So Trandoshan Hunter gets another damage. Of which he has none, apparently. Okay. And I can also use shot on the run, exhaust that, test observation, and then add another damage to... Oh, hang on. Well, this isn't going to accomplish what we want, but if you look at shot on the run, exhaust this card. If you performed a move during this activation, which we did, and choose a hostile figure, it doesn't say the one that you targeted, it says any hostile figure. With the 3 spaces and line of sight, test observation. If you succeed, that figure suffers 1 damage. So, I mean, this is a way to get another Oh, I should have stuck with the original roll, then we could have done it. Oh, well, too late now. We're going to exhaust this. Test observation, which in Vinto's case is 2 greens and a blue. We got to roll a surge. Let me get these out of the way. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because we didn't roll any surges, so... Vinto, we got to talk about your dice. Really, Vinto. So that's Vinto's entire activation. He just kind of poked IG-88. Okay, thanks, Vinto. Thanks for coming out. Now who goes? No, it's... Oh, good. It's the guy on the dewback. Ugh. Ram. First time this figure enters a space adjacent to a rebel, each rebel adjacent to this figure suffers 1 damage. Important note. Move 3 towards the closest non-weakened rebel. That would be Diala. Except he can't occupy that space. He's too big. He can't move into that hallway at all, actually. If you look at the console here, that blocks a space. And he needs 2 spaces to occupy. He can't get in there at all. Which is actually really good for us. So he can't perform Flamethrower. Or can he? Hang on. Flamethrower. The 2 closest rebels within 2 spaces of this figure each suffer... Oh. Diala is within 2 spaces. Vinto is not. Diala is. Diala would suffer Flamethrower. There. That's how he's going to screw us over. Alright, so he shoots his Flamethrower up the hallway and hits Diala, who will suffer another damage. So she's at 20 hit points. I think Diala will survive, although she's wounded. And 1 strain, so she's down to 2 strain. And now she has to test observation. If she fails, she becomes weakened. Blue and a green. We got to roll one surge. That's it, just one surge. Guess what we didn't roll? Any surges. So she's now weakened. What exactly does weakened mean? Let's see. What does weakened mean? Here is the card. While attacking, apply -1 surge to the attack results. When defending, apply -1 to the defense results. Discard this condition at the end of your activation. So that's what weakened means. So Diala is weakened. I'm not going to put the token there. I'll just put the card there. Because this is the first time we've actually dealt with a weakened. So, that's it for his attack. Ooh, you know what? Flamethrower doesn't count as an attack. It just counts as an action. So now he's going to attack as his second action. What a dick. However, does he have range? He does have range. Does he have line of sight? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. He has... You can see this. So we can go from one corner to 2 corners of Diala's square. So yes, he has line of sight. So, all right. Well, we were following the rules. We may have screwed up the rules earlier, but we're paying for it now. Oh, Diala has defense die too. I should probably remember that. Okay, what do we got here? 2 damage, 3 damage. 3 damage, 3 surge, 1 block. She is not adjacent to Chewie, so she doesn't get an extra block. So 2 damage, 3 surge. How does he spend his surge? Ooh, 2 damage, and then pierce. So 5 damage total. Yeah. So she's down to 15. And that's it. That's his 2 actions. So he doesn't move. Okay. Now we get to go. Either Diala or Vinto can go. Diala shouldn't go because she's the only one that's within range of protecting the blue token. So Vinto can move closer, or he can shoot IG-88. He can try again. Or Chewie could. Maybe getting Vinto down there. How many hit points? Vinto has 4 hit points. You know what? If we move him to here, which is valid, because he can move through ally figures, he at least puts some space between himself and IG-88. He's not been rolling well. Maybe a tactical retreat is a wise course of action. So we're going to move him 1 movement point to here. He can attack both the jet trooper, either the jet trooper or the probe droid. The probe droid has 5 health, 1 damage. It's got 4. The jet trooper has 3 health total. So we could, in theory, take out that jet trooper. If we roll well, which, yeah, for sure, that's going to happen, right? I forgot to refresh his card. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to attack the jet trooper. Yes. Because we only get 1 attack this round, so... And the jet trooper has a black defense die. Oh, jeez, Vinto. We're going to have a talk when all this is over. So, 1 damage, 2 block, 2 surges. So that damage is blocked. We can spend 1 surge on another damage, which is also blocked. And we have another surge, but we can't spend that on a damage. So nothing. Nothing. He gets nothing. Vinto. I may be retiring Vinto. I like the character a whole lot, but man, is he rolling bad. Oh, wait. I forgot to move this damage token. That's from the Trandoshan. So the Trandoshan has 2 damage on him. I just gotta remember that's the case. Okay. Well, that's it. That's, Vinto's done his whole turn. Now, speaking of the Trandoshan goes. When the first figure of this group declares an attack, add 1 blue die to the attack pool. Move 5 to attack the closest rebel mission token. Closest rebel, well, there is only 1. Can he attack it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He does not have line of sight. He can't get line of sight. So no. So he's going to move 4 to reposition 2. And then move 4 to reposition 2. So he's going to try and get two spaces away from any rebel. And that actually means he's going to move closer to Chewie, which is not a long-term survival strategy, but, here we are. That's it. That's his whole turn. That's the only thing he can do. Thankfully, because we've only got the 1 rebel mission token on the board. So now what? Now Diala can go. And well, she can't attack the jet trooper because he's melee and that's blocked terrain. She can't attack the probe droid, and we don't want her to move. She can also attack IG-88. Oh, geez. Let's hit the droid. First, refresh your card. Don't get excited. You're a Jedi. Be calm. Okay, there's her attack. IG-88 has a black defense die, I believe. Yes. Okay, Diala. This is it. Avenge our poor Rodian here. Oh, wait, she's weakened as well. So when she's attacking, we apply -1 surge. Okay. So this surge didn't happen. However, she got 2 damage and 1 block, so she did 1 damage. Hang on, I think that's all we need. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's not all we need. Does she have anything? Ah, yes. We have the shock emitter. We can exhaust this card to add another damage. That's it. 1 attack. Exhaust that card. IG-88 has been defeated. IG-88 was also stunned, which is hilarious. So, let's tell the app that IG-88 is down. Where is he? Down here. With 1 arm severed, IG-88 is so badly damaged that the droid's combat algorithms determined that the value of the captives is now outweighed by the risk of total system failure, so the assassin droid makes a quick escape. Whew. That was Diala's first action, so she actually has another thing she can do, which is the only thing she can do, is to attack the probe droid. Let's attack the probe droid. Unfortunately, she spent her shock thing, so she can't use that, but she can still just hit it. This is the droid slaughter round. Let's hope. Nope. 2 damage, 2 block, 1 surge, which we can spend on either stun or a damage. Let's say damage. This is the probe droid, right? Yeah, okay. And that's it. That is Diala's activation. So now the gray Imperial officer, these guys way off in the corner here. This figure can order another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 4 or less instead of 3 or less. Okay, good to know. First action, order another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 4 or less in this case, that can perform an attack, attacks the closest rebel mission token. There is no valid target for that because the only rebel mission token is not a valid target. If a rebel within one space of that token can be the target of the attack, the rebel becomes the target of the attack. So that means that the probe droid or the jet trooper, either of those could do that. Could attack Diala or Vinto. The one that's in the straight line is Diala, is the jet trooper in Diala. So why don't we do that? The jet trooper is going to attack Diala. The Imperial officer orders the jet trooper to attack Diala. So the jet trooper has a blue and a green attack dice, and Diala has a white defense die. Man, this stream's been going for 3 hours. We're going to finish this mission, though. I have to finish this mission today. Okay. 2 damage, 1 surge. She blocks the surge and blocks 1 damage. So 1 damage, no surge. That's okay. That is just fine. The probe droid doesn't have any funkiness. No. There we go. So he used order. Which means he's going to move. His second action is going to be to move 3. Oh no, he could do an attack. Move 1 to attack the closest rebel mission token. No, he can't. Does he have a ranged attack? Yeah, he does, actually. He does not, however, have line of sight on anybody. Yeah, I believe the mission ends when the last token gets on the ship. There should be a plot thing that comes up and says, hey, you did it. You get to escape. We'll find out soon, I hope. But anyway, so this Imperial guy cannot get an attack on anybody, so he is going to do Cower. Because he's already adjacent to another Imperial figure. In which case, the non-focused adjacent Imperial figure becomes focused. So he's standing next to the Imperial officer. The other Imperial officer becomes focused. Which is kind of silly, but hey, that's where we are. So that's his whole activation. Now, the purple, the now newly focused Imperial officer, is going to do the same thing that the officer standing next to him just did. So the first guy goes, you, probe droid, attack that rebel. The probe droid attacks the rebel. The second Imperial officer looks at him and goes, you, probe droid, attack that rebel. Yeah, he's exactly the same. All of his stuff is the same. So the probe droid's going to attack Diala again. The jet trooper, is going to attack Diala. Yes, because he is the closest. So, blue and a green. Diala gets a white defense. We're real close to finishing. I promise we're real close. Oh, dear. Wow. No defense, 4 damage. Yikes. That hurts. So we are down to 9 hit points on Diala. That's from 22, just like 2 rounds ago. But, so now the Imperial officer, this is hilarious. This is a little Imperial officer mutual appreciation society here. Now they're both focused because they're adjacent to each other. All right, that's it for Imperial officers. Now the jet trooper goes. Oh boy. Okay, so Aljet, let's talk activation. If it has suffered damage, it recovers 2. He has not suffered damage. Otherwise, this figure gains Pierce 2. Okay. Move forward to attack the closest rebel mission token. If the rebel was in, so yes, he's going to attack Diala as well. With a Pierce 2. So that means he can negate 2 blocks of hers. So he's got a green and a blue. Again, this is like the 3rd attack this guy has done on Diala. Oh boy. This could go bad. This still has the potential to go bad. So this block doesn't happen, so he does 3 damage. So she's down to 6. Whew. And then he moves 3 to reposition 4, which is good because that means he's actually going to move out of the way. So 1, 2, 3. So he's back there now. And we finish his round. Now what? Hey! This crew member reaches the shuttle and races. We actually, this is the first time I've actually saved all of them. The surviving crew is now aboard the shuttle, but the docking bay doors have not opened yet. Oh no, now what? The shuttle cannot take off until the doors are opened. Perhaps the terminal in the docking bay could be of use. Open the docking bay doors. Thankfully, Vinto is standing next to the terminal. Oh no. The app just crashed. Oh no. Hang on. 1 sec. Oh no. Oh no. This could be real bad. Give me 1 sec. Now we know it was the end of the round. So all of our turns are going to get refreshed. Let me just load it up, see where we're at here. This could be really bad. Nope, we're still good. Okay, hang on, let me mirror this. Whew. Oh, hang on. Technical problems on a stream? Are you kidding me? That never happens. That's impossible. Here, server. I promise, we're getting there. We're real close. Here we go. This should be it. Okay. yeah, I'm not going to edit this. This is, it's the beauty of live theater. I don't know, something like that. Okay, we're actually fine. The app did save our position, so we're good. Oh no, we're not. This is the previous round. IG-88 is still there. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can catch up. IG-88 got defeated. I don't remember what happened. Diala went. The probe droid went. The 2 Imperial officers went. I remember that. Oh no. Okay, Imperial Officer 1. Yeah, the 2 officers got focused. We look at that. And Chewie's around. This is different. Okay, the purple officer went. Then, there we go. Okay, I think we're caught up now. Yep. Token got rescued. That's where we are. So now our... Oh, it crashed again. It's got to be a fault with the app. I've done this before, and the app was fine. Oh, no. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Clearly, the app is screwed. So, let me just close that. We're just going to play this out manually. So we know it's the beginning of a new round. We have action to do. So Vinto is standing next to the control panel that he needs to activate. So I wonder, so I know this app has a problem with being mirrored. That's when it always crashes. Let me try Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I gotta use the app to progress, right? So let me try running the app without mirroring it and see if that fixes the situation. Bear with me. We're getting there. I've had surprisingly few technical problems on this stream setup, so we're due. It's only fair. But important note, it doesn't like that. So we will defeat IG-88. And did anybody else get defeated? I don't think so. No. Okay, we're fine actually. We can get there. I just hope that it won't crash again. One Imperial officer. The token is rescued. Yeah, no worries, Jamie. It crashed again. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll. We'll say it's Vinto's turn, because it probably is. We're going to roll and see if he succeeds at activating that console. If he does, we're gold. If he doesn't, we fail. We're just going to leave it down to this one final roll. It's been 3 hours, so I gotta get on with my life. So this is it. We're going down to one final roll. I know Jamie's away from the keyboard right now. He'd probably want to see this, but you can watch the video playback. He succeeds. He succeeds. We've got a surge. He did it. So Vinto's the hero, it turns out. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. I'm going to see if I'll try rebooting the iPad and see if that helps. If not, I'll try going on a different platform. I think this app is also available on Steam, so maybe it'll be more stable there. And see if I can catch us up to this point. I'll get to some point at which we have succeeded, because let's face it, we did. That was fair enough. Getting around the technical limitations. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. It's kind of anticlimactic. I'm sorry. But, technical problems with an iPad. So much for, it never crashes. It sure does. All right. Well, I think we're going to end it there because I got stuff to do. This is probably going to be the last stream for a while because we've got the podcast to record this weekend. And I'm on vacation next weekend or next week, all of the week. So, and then it's like holiday weekend when I get back, a long weekend. So, this is probably it for, about a week or so. But when I come back, Gloomhaven is on the agenda. I think I have a plan. I have enough of it worked out in my head now that I think we can do it. So, I think that's the next big thing is doing Gloomhaven on stream, which is also a bit of a challenge. Here, I'm going to do a little preview here of how we're going to do it, because Gloomhaven is a legacy game, which means that the game changes as it goes on, and you unlock things. And because of that, it's very spoiler-ish. You can spoil it for other people. And, people who are watching board gaming streams may, in fact, be playing Gloomhaven and don't want their game spoiled. Fortunately, there is a random dungeon system that comes with the game. So, and that counts towards your XP and your treasure and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a campaign that is for the stream, but I'm going to play all of the story stuff off camera. And during the stream, I'm only going to do random dungeons, which don't spoil anything. And so we will be gaining XP, and we'll be leveling up and all that stuff. I won't use like locked character classes and stuff like that on the stream. That's one of the things. There's lots of locked character classes that as you go through the adventure, you unlock stuff. So I won't use any of those on the stream, but I'll only do random dungeons. So it will still be contributing to character's advancement, but we're not going to spoil anything for anybody. So I think that's probably the best way to approach it. So that is something to look forward to within the next 2 weeks or so. We're gonna get to that. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the technical issues, but what can you do? It's the iPad internet thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.